show you from beginning to end how to make some bookmarks to give away as presents for people. As you can see, this is laminated. You might just want to do it for yourself to have an art project to do over the summer, or you may have some kids you want to entertain, etc. So I'm going to show you what you're going to need. First of all, you need some watercolour paper, and as you can tell, watercolour paper is quite thick, so that is obviously a good base to start your bookmarks from. Let's see what I've got in my bag. I've got loads of stuff in my bag, so you can just pull out anything, but let me pull out the relevant stuff. So the first thing you will need to do is cut up your sheet into a bookmark. So you'll have to take the sheet out, obviously, and I will do this in a second. And I normally like to use a long-armed guillotine. That's much quicker to do, and it doesn't matter if one is slightly longer or wider than the other, because nobody's going to know, they're not going to be seen together, you're going to give them out individually. So, but what you will need is a guillotine, which I will get in a second, and you will need watercolour brushes, and you'll need a pencil. And I would say just if you haven't got watercolour brushes, just go out and buy maybe 3 or 4 different sizes. If you go to a place and you don't know what watercolour brushes is, don't worry, just ask the person in the store. So for this, for instance, this is a 0, this is 8, I believe, it's starting to come off, or might be a 6 actually. And this one is a 4. So we got 3 varying sizes there. Pencil, said my pencil. If you can hear some noise in the background, it's because I've got a helper. Do you want to see my helper? He's being naughty, he's not supposed to be up here. So later on, when you've finished your project and all the watercolours, the watercolour is painted. So the watercolour on this bookmark is the green, the red, the yellow, and a little bit of mustard yellow in there, as you can see. But then when that's totally dry, the top layers I've done in the following. Metallic pens, and you can also use gel pens, and also a watered fade proof fine line pen. This is grey, and I've got a black one as well, which is good to use. So I will go get my guillotine, chop them up, and then we will go from there, because there's one other thing that we do need, and that is you need little washi tapes. So I'm just going to do a little recap for those of you who couldn't quite hear me over the fan in the previous clip. Struggling to get my paint lid off here, so I'll leave that one there. So I've stuck down the 4 pieces of watercolour paper that I cut out from the guillotine, and I've stuck them down with washi tape. It doesn't matter what kind of washi tape it is, just give it a good push down, so that when you paint, the paint doesn't run under the washi tape. And the washi tape acts just to give it like a little border, really, so when it's finished, it looks like it's framed in a little picture. So make 2 or 3 colours up, that's all you need to do. No more than that. I was going to do yellow as well, but I can't get a lid off. I don't know why. I'll try one more time. Third time lucky and all that, but no, it's not coming off. So here's my 3 colours. And I'm going to be spraying this with water, and I'm going to be spraying the paints with water to get them going. Obviously you can do this even if you've got a palette. You don't have to have if you've got a solid pan, sorry, not a palette. If you've got a solid pan of watercolours, that's fine. You can use that. So that's my first one mixed up. It's like a mustardy yellow. Actually didn't need so much mustard in that one, but anyway, I can water it down from there. I would have rather it been like this consistency, really. So with the paints, I'm not aiming to get anything down specific. It's not going to represent anything. It's just like some background colour for the patterns that's going to go over the top afterwards. It just gives it a nice, a nice background, really. So they're not meaning to be identical in any way. So I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow, and then that makes sure then that if mustard is running through the blue, if mustard is running through the red, when the colours go down, they will all be in harmony together. Because people always think, oh, well, they worry that what if I pick 3 colours and they don't go together. Well, that's one of the ways you can do it, is by unifying it with one colour. Only slightly, ever so slightly changes the colour of this scarlet red, but just enough so that it should go and work together once it's done. So here we go. It's a really hot day, and it's 26 degrees, so the water that you put down is going to dry pretty quick. Okay, so I'm going to start at this side with some red, I think. If you think you've got too much water on there, you can always paper towel it off, get a bit of tissue off. I'm just picking up some water from my glass. and I'm going to push it down towards the right. Obviously when this is dry you can always come back and put more colour on top of it. So that is the red. Just adjust the light for you a little bit to see a bit better. So if you see my brush going to the right at any time, it's because I'm just putting water on my brush. from the card. So, and I'm happy that the colours are blending from one to the other and overlapping. And I'll leave it to dry, come back, and then I'll take another look at it and think, do I need to put down any more colours anywhere before I move on to the next stage? I think I'd like a bit more red on this side, but I'll come back and do that when it's dry. Let them dry first. So next I'm gonna decide, I need to decide what I'm gonna decorate in there. Maybe I'm gonna use this water and fade proof uni pen, and it's like a mid-grey colour. I think I've got a lighter one there as well. So I'm trying to think what I'm going to do. Okay. had a lot of wavy lines and dotted lines and big curves. So now I just wanted to add in some straight lines as well. I thought that would be good. And it's all been done in pencil and pen, and I don't think they're just not standing out enough, so I'm just gonna go over in something a little bit darker, I think. Let's see what this one will do. Yeah, that's much better. You couldn't really see it before because I was using the light grey pen. So I'm going to do the same on both of these. Put it up against the blank piece of paper behind on my watercolour board so you can see it a bit easier, the contrast. I think bookmarks are such an accessible thing to do because there's no pressure, and if you got one wrong and it didn't match with the others, it really wouldn't make any difference, because you know nobody's seeing them all together, they're seeing them individually. And then once you've laminated it and you've punched a hole through and you've threaded it with something, maybe put a bead or something on there, you know, put it in the post with someone, add a little note. I think people really appreciate that you've took the time to think of them and write to them, not gone in to the shop and bought something everybody else has got. So that is that one. So I'm going to do similarly with this one. And then I think that shall be it. I'll punch a hole there on each one, and then get my string on there, or you can do other such things, wherever you've got in the house, a bit of ribbon, and then put your bead on and send it off with a lovely personal message to someone, and I'm sure that'll really mean something and be a nice surprise for somebody. So give it a go, and if you do, please let me know, send me your pictures when you're done. Okay, have fun folks.